Me toes are cold. Me toes are cold. Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And what's this? What's the name of this show? What's the name of this show? Well, uno momento. Let's find out. Okay, it's the original wrap-up show. Don't accept any cheap imitations. There aren't no fraudulent activity around this shiznix. OMG. Okay, let's try and do a sound check. We're using a different system. We're using a different system. Using a different system today. I ain't used this system in a while, in a hot minute. But yeah, let's go ahead and try this system. What's the first thing I want to do? I don't know. Can you hear? Well, let's do a sound check. Let's do a sound check. See, can you hear me? See if you can hear me okay as we get into the show. So we get into the menu. Hold on. Let me see. The menu. Let me see if I can stop the music. Let me take this back just a little bit. Hear me. See if you can hear me okay as we get into the show. I think. So we get into the menu. I think we're good. Okay. So let me see if I can navigate. What the hell's going on? I need to stop this sharing. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I think. Okay. Adjust the angle. Do you want to adjust the angle? What's going on here? What's going on? Okay. It's so dark. Session is dark. Why is it so dark? Okay. Think we can live with this. See what's going on here. Hold on. Let me do first things first. What's this? Copy that. Drop that in there like so. Okay. Using a different system today. Gonna have to get used to it again. All right, cool. Okay. So you're in tune to the original wrap-up show. Don't settle for any cheap imitations. Mere figment of your imagination. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Stay with the original. No carbon copy. No messing around. Okay. A slightly different feel, but the Rafi will get used to it. Okay. Hello and welcome, everyone. What we're covering today, what we're talking about today. Hey, we're talking about whatever you want to talk about. Talking about primarily boxing stuff. Aqua. Clear and cold. Okay. I was watching this program just a minute ago, just a while ago. I was talking about the pound, talking about the British pound collapsing. When was the last time it went as low as £1 for 1.9 $1.09. When has the British pound ever been so low? I know we're talking boxing, folks. I know it's a boxing show, but you know, Rafi got to talk. Rafi got to touch on whatever on his mind. Whatever on his mind. Of course, we're going to be looking at Crawford. Of course, you're going to be looking at Crawford versus Damn, I spelled my little lie. Of course, you're going to be looking at Crawford versus Spence. What's the hold up? What's the hold up? Of course, you're going to be looking at that. How ironic. Damn, I forgot. I can't suck on polos during the show because it reverberates through the mic. Reverberates through the mic. And put it under my tongue so you don't hear nothing, hopefully. Yeah, of course, you're going to be, it's ironic. No, that won't work. It's got to be above the tongue, not under the tongue. It don't work under the tongue. It's how ironic that the hold up to the fight in large part appears to be that Al Heyman, Pay-Bay say, the same Pay-Bay say, who said if they couldn't see what Joshua was earning against Wilder, if they couldn't see that, they would not proceed with the fight. How ironic. How ironic then that it now appears that Crawford, who's getting no upfront money, is getting no upfront guarantee. So what he said is that, yeah, okay, since I'm not getting any upfront guarantee, I'm going to need to see the books. Since my income's going to be from the net, a percentage of the net figure, not the gross figure. No, your gross from your net. No, your gross from your net. Since my income is going to be a percentage of the net figure, then I'm going to have to see the books. I more have to see the books. So now, how ironic it is that because of Crawford's insistence that he sees the books, now all of a sudden, that's a problem. That's a problem for Al Heyman, Pay-Bay say. Seems like they don't want to show the books. They don't want to show the books, but wasn't it them? Wasn't it them that was asking? They were insisting. They were highly insistent that they had to see the books. When Eddie Earn approached them, the DAZN approached them, offered them $100 million, but they weren't satisfied. They were not satisfied. They had to see the books or no deal. I'm joined by Iron Kong, our man in the Caribbean. Iron Kong, talk to me. Talk to me. How ironic. How ironic.
These people, some sort of, well, you know, we call it bar shop operations. You know, I don't know, Rafi, if you ever been to one of these old time shops when you're in Jamaica anytime. I know when I was in Jamaica, but
yeah,
the shops them used to be, you would come up and it would be a bar and the stuff would be behind the shopkeeper and you say, I want a can of that and I want a can of this.
yes,
and I want two of that, two of this. So we
yes,
call it a bar shop.
Yes.
Right? So that's basically what I want, like a bar shop operation where, you have any flour? No, we're gonna flour it. We're gonna flour today. You got any canned tuna? Herring. So it's like these people running a bar shop operation, and you mean to tell me this man here, one of the business, and he can't get guaranteed money. He can't get this. He can't even see. Because remember, PBC is known for the so-called back end, the back end money.
Yeah.
You know, he don't need that because he gonna get paid in the back end. So all these PBC people are getting paid all this money because they get paid in the back end. So all Crawford said, okay, well, let me see the back end money then. Nah. We don't have that. We don't have that. You know what I mean? This is a real nickel and dime bar shop operation these men running. It's a joke thing.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All of a sudden, Crawford's just, listen, Crawford ain't getting paid no upfront money. He ain't getting paid no upfront money. So he said, okay, listen, all right, listen, I'll take a percentage of the net. So I said, okay, you take a percentage of the net. Okay, so now I'm going to have to see the books so I can see what the expenditures are. You know, I'm gonna have to see how you're spending the money because I'm just getting a percentage of the net. So I need to see how you're spending that money. And all of a sudden, negotiations come to a halt.
But ain't it wild though? These people let Canelo do whatever he want to do. They had to guarantee. Canelo said, look, I need a guarantee of this amount of money. I need this and I need that for one fight. And for Canelo, it's great, no problem. Yes, come over here and beat up Caleb Plant and go back, no problem. But for Crawford, it's all sorts of undercover stuff, all sorts of backyard dealing. It's so sad, man.
It's crazy, yo.
You know what I mean,
it's
you know,
crazy,
Crawford come in the shop and say, okay, you got any tuna fish? Nah, we ain't got tuna fish. You got any
mackerel?
Aki behind there? Nah, we got that neither.
No hardware bread. No hardware bread.
No bread. Nothing in the back here. Not just you know, just what you see, you know, here on this side is what we have. Them is bar shop thing, Rafi. It's like bar shop when you go and you want like sugar, you want like a pound of sugar. What they used to do was they scale, and the scale will go up and down. Watch the scale because the shopkeeper might try, you know, stiff a couple of ounces of sugar. That's what PBC doing. You know, they put up the sugar, but it's like they're trying to hold back some. You ain't really watching the weight. You just, you know.
Oh my God. Well, I think I got stiffed. I think I got stiffed by the British equivalent. I bought a hat the other day, but I didn't have any cash with me. I only had my card. It was in one of them indoor markets. I only had a card. So I picked out the hat, tried on the hat, and said, yeah, this hat. But I've only got a card. You got no card reader? No. I said, okay, I'll go and use the cash point around the corner and I'll come back. So I went to use the cash point around the corner. When I come back, the hat was already wrapped.
The
hat was already wrapped. You'd have thought that Rafi was old enough to have seen all the tricks in the book, but these were old people. It was a couple of old Indian people, old. And I think I'm pretty damn sure they switched the hat. It's the same style, but the hat, my hat, the hat that I ended up with don't look as fresh. It might look like an ex-display model, you know. They handled the Rafi wickedly.
Lord of mercy.
They handled the Rafi wickedly. When I come back, the hat was wrapped.
Terrible situation.
I should have smelt a rat straight away. They did the switching. They did the old PBC switching bait and switch. They did the bait and switch on the Rafi. Oh my God. When I come home, you know, I just had to laugh. That I fell for such a rudimentary trick. But I think the age of the people was instrumental in getting what do they call it? The grift? The graft?
Yeah.
I think the grift. They got the grift over on the Rafi, handled the Rafi wickedly. Rafi just had to laugh. I said, all right, good. I'd rather do. The hat wasn't very expensive. I'll pay for that experience, that reminder, that shizzle can go down. So yeah, we have them shady operators over here in the UK. Have no fear. It's a worldwide thing. It ain't particular to no one location. You know what I'm saying? You can be had over in any part of the globe.
Yeah, terrible. It's like when you go in them same bar shop, you're buying some herring, some giant herring. You gotta pick out your herring. You know what I'm saying? You can't even pick your herring for you. They think you this old herring. You know what I mean? You can't wrap it for you. You know what I mean? Say, look, I want that one and that one.
Specifically. And then you have to watch them like a hawk. You can't even turn away. You
can't turn
away. Otherwise, boom. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you what you didn't ask for. You know what I'm saying? What you didn't ask for. And by the time you get home and you know what? Yeah, I can't be asked. It's all right. It's okay.
It's all right. Whatever.
I'll take the loss. I'll hold the loss. I'll hold the
loss.
Yeah. You got me. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they got the Rafi with the X display hat, but it's okay. So I think now it's clear as day. It's clear as day who's at fault here. To me, anyway. To me, it's clear as day that PBC clearly are the people, the organization who are just holding up fights. They're holding up fights. They don't want Crawford to see the books. They're nickel and diming. They ain't got no money. They ain't making no big fights. It seems like Javante. Well, who's their biggest? Who's their biggest guy? Maybe what is Wilder? Maybe Wilder's their biggest guy. But look at his fights. He's been nickel and diming himself. You know, it's only when Tyson Fury came over, he had a little bit of glitz, a little bit of sparkle, what do you call that thing? Glitter. Had a little bit of glitter onto his career, but that was Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury came over and did that. Tyson Fury came over with Bob Arum and did that. You know, the first fight, okay, that was a PBC thing, but it was on Tyson Fury's name. Where was that? The Staples Center. Even then, they didn't do it right. They had it out in Staples Center when it should have been in Vegas. All that foolishness, you know, made Rafi buy a ticket, and then I realized, hold on, no. What's on the undercard? No, nickel and diamond again. So I think it's abundantly clear that the PBC nickel and diamond it to the point where they don't even want to open their books. They don't even want to open the books. What happened to all the back end money?
Sell the hot dogs and the parking, the parking tips and all that. The hot dog sales.
What about the hot dog sales? For goodness sakes,
the chips and the them things there. Yo, let me take a call, Rafi. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Never mind. That was security. The phone stopped ringing, so maybe it wasn't.
That's cool. So it's abundantly clear what's going on. It's abundantly clear that it's the PBC. The problems with the PBC. They're nickel and diming it. They're nickel and diming it. There's no two ways. There's no question about it. There's no two ways about it.
You know what's wild though? You know what's crazy? When this fight was, you know, when Canelo Triple G was announced, all people, Spence and Crawford is the biggest fight this year, blah, blah, blah. So people were like, why y'all talking about Spence and Crawford? Canelo versus Triple G is actually signed and done. Yeah. When it's this fight, people were like, nah, they're not going to do it. No, because that would be stepping on Wilder's toes. And, it'll take away Deontay Wilder's pay-per-view. Now it comes out, nah, you just don't have the money. You just don't have the money.
Sad.
It's nothing to do with you don't want to take away attention from Wilder. It's like it's odd, right? PBC can't do two things at the same time. Other promotions would announce a list of the events.
Yes.
This one's pay-per-view, this one's not, that one's not, this one's pay-per-view, a whole raft of the events.
Yeah.
And they don't step on none of them toes. So PBC, I can't announce this fight because it'll step on this one's and this one and blah, blah, blah. And when people type them things, I really wonder, you serious?
It's crazy.
Are you understanding what you're typing? That this is not a real promotional company? A real promotional company would be able to announce a whole calendar of fights and promote each one as they need to be promoted.
Yes.
Not that, oh, I have a Wilder fight coming up, so I can't announce Spence and Crawford because it'll take away from Wilder and Robert Helenius 74.95 pay-per-view. What?
It's crazy.
Man, these people,
it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy. They ain't got the money. They ain't got their money. They're dead broke. They're broke. They're broke ass.
terrible.
They're broke ass. They can't do it. They can't what? And I mean, who can I even do polls? Can I even do a poll? Can I do a poll? Yeah, I can. I can do that through the YouTube itself. Who even who wins? Who, because this might be a factor as well. Who wins? They might be scared that their guy is going to win, but then that's why I have rematch clauses. Who wins? Spence, Crawford. Because this could be another thing. They might be scared their guy Crawford, Spence Crawford. Boom. They might be scared their guy's going to lose, but then that's why I have rematch clauses. So I still don't get it. But then we know that the PBC model is, listen, we want to keep our champions. We want to keep our champions. We've got TV. We've got a TV deal. We're trying to hold on to it. We need a certain amount of champions. We want to keep our champions. It's not a secret. There's no ambiguity. Is it to the benefit of the consumer? I don't think so. But it is to the benefit of PBC. And PBC are going to do what's best for PBC. They're going to do what's best for them. We know that. We know this. That's what they're going to do.
What's best for them hasn't then been working because they've been going downhill using the same model for years. It's not working.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't working.
Why not try something else? But I guess not, man. How strange.
They want to hold on. They want to hold on to their champions at all costs. At all costs. They didn't fight. They didn't want Wilder to fight Joshua, even with record-breaking money for them, for Wilder. They still didn't want it because they wanted to hold on to their champion at all costs. The only reason they let him fight Fury was because they thought he had the beating of Fury. Fury was just coming off the couch.
Thought it was done.
Yeah, they didn't consider that it was possible the Fury would beat him, or likely. Of course, it's always possible. They didn't think it was likely. That's why that fight went ahead. That's why that fight went through. And once again, we see with PBC, it's like, what? I don't know what we can say. I mean, it's clear now, and it's evident now. It's abundantly clear that they have been the stumbling blocks in negotiations. The PBC. It's clear. It's sad. Are we ever going to see Crawford v. Spence? Maybe that should have been the question of the poll. Are we ever going to see Crawford v. Spence? Because I have severe doubts. Al Heyman now is supposed to be this highly educated guy, but it looks like Crawford, with one simple move on the chessboard, he's caused a problem. He's caused a riddle that Al Heyman cannot solve right about now. Can't solve it. What's Leon Fig? What's going on? Philip Carl Roberts says BBC is allergic to money. Well, they when they have to stump up the money, it's a problem. If somebody else has to put up the money, it's okay. But when they have to stump up the money, it's a problem. Salute to the Combat Radio Nation. I just don't think Crawford versus Spence sells enough PPVs to pay them what they want. PBC fans stream, and Crawford has never done big numbers. It's going to be difficult to pay them what they want. So then you pay them what they generate. That's the compromise that Crawford has made. Pay me what I generate. But now they don't want to show him the books. Now
That's the thing, right? It doesn't appear to be a money. It's like, because he's accepted, okay, you're not gonna give me a guarantee. Okay, cool. Let me then just see, you know, the back end stuff. Let me see what's happening then. Since, okay, I'm not gonna get the big money, cool. So it's not a money issue. It's that these people, I don't know. It's not that Crawford is asking for no big money. You know, he apparently is fine with whatever, because they're not gonna give him a guarantee. So he's not gonna get no upfront money.
For real.
So he's fine just asking, can you then to work on the back end, so I know at least how much I might bring in or how much I might be standing to make after it's all said and done. That's all.
Yeah. But yet, even that's too much for them. And that's the sad state of affairs. BBC means no transparency. 100% no transparency. I asked one question. Who do you think wins? Maybe I should have asked the question, do we even get the damn fight? How long did I ask? That was only a few minutes ago, but it's very telling. The vast majority of people think that Crawford wins, and maybe that's another factor. PBC, I'm not a PBC guy. It's like there's too much or too little. There's too little action over at the PBC. I just want to play it safe with their guys. Not enough action over at the PBC. Not enough action at all, and they're doing what they consistently do. Okay, so that's that. What we got here? What am I doing? Using a different system today. Let's have a look at that different system today. I haven't used this system in a while. How's it looking over on the YouTubes? Look okay. It's workable. We can work with that. Okay, so what other topics did we have? That was the Crawford situation. We still got the poll. The poll is open. Take part in the poll. Oh, okay. Of course, we're gonna have to talk about the big fight of the weekend. But before that, let's have a look at this. Let me see. I'll share my screen over here. Okay, boom. Is that where it is? Okay, that's where it is. I don't know if you've heard this. I don't know if you've heard about this. But Michael Hunter, Huey Fury is off again. Did you hear about that, Iron Kong?
Yeah, I heard Huey's sick or something.
Sick again. Excuse me. Okay. So where is it? Originally set to fight last July. The fight was pulled because Fury fell ill. Now with the new date, October 29 set, Fury has been forced to withdraw again, this time with a different illness. Speaking with Sky Sports, the cousin of heavyweight champ Tyson Fury said his doctors have diagnosed him with having symptoms of long COVID, and they have advised him to rest and not fight until next year. I feel weak with no strength, Fury said. I'm a professional boxer who needs to fight in order to pay my bills and to live, but I've been out for over a year now. And to my frustration, I've been advised by my doctors to take total rest at the moment because I'm suffering symptoms of long COVID. Okay. Hunter is yet to make any comments on the situation, yet he too must be frustrated. Fury says his promoter, I think he's with Boxer now, isn't he? Ben Shalom. I think Fury says his promoter has granted me a big fight upon my return. However, the Hunter-Fury fight may not happen now. Okay, so Fury's 28 years old. Last fought a year ago. He looked pretty good in stopping Christian Hamer. He did actually look good in stopping Christian Hamer. Hunter, who's 6 years older than Fury. What's that? So 30, or is that 34? 34. Doesn't appear to have time to waste. He last boxed back in December of last year. Dang. When he was fortunate enough to be given a draw in his rough and tough battle with Jerry Forrest. I remember that fight. I think he actually threw up in the ring. And there's a rule that when you throw up in the ring, the fight is automatically stopped, but apparently they didn't stop it. So that's interesting. It's very fortunate. I think Jerry Forrest beat the brakes off him, if I'm honest. I think he lost that fight. And most people who saw that fight, I think, feel along the same lines. Jerry Forrest beat the brakes off him. He was battering him. But then it appears as if Michael Hunter wasn't in the best of health. It will be interesting to see what the bounty hunter does next. The bounty hunter, yeah. Hunter has, of course, boxed up both cruiserweight and heavyweight. In fact, Hunter sole pro defeat came at the hands of Alexander Usyk, to whom he dropped a decision. I actually saw that fight. I actually think that Hunter was winning the first half of that fight. And considering that Hunter had been out of the ring for I think a year prior to that fight, I think it was a damn good showing. Anybody who has not seen Hunter versus Alexander Usyk,
it was a good fight. It was a really good fight.
It's a damn good fight. I suggest you check it out. Yan Kung, your thoughts and observations about this sorry tale.
I don't know, man. Huey Fury, Shades of Ali, my guy. Yep. I don't know what he's gonna do, because he's had this start stop career. So I guess the rest of the year is over for him, and I don't know when he's gonna be back. I know some people were bullshitting about the whole COVID thing, but I tell people, yo, that shit was real. I know people who had that, and they tell me, and people who have the long COVID, they say they still don't feel right. And I'm talking about people who caught COVID in 2020.
Yeah.
And they say, I still don't feel right. I still can't, I'm still not breathing correctly.
For real.
And it's not a joke. So I just I'm sorry for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe he could find a farm and get some more boar peanut, in your lungs, but it might cause a problem with the VADA testing. Michael Hunter, I don't feel sorry for that guy. That guy's a duck.
Yeah.
Michael Hunter is a duck. And since he ducked Hrgovic, a fight I thought he would win, his career has gone nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Especially looking at Hrgovic now after the Zhilei Zhang fight. It's like, what the hell did you duck that guy for? You're foolish.
But Rafi, we've been on here talking about Hug, and I've said I don't know why all people are avoiding Philip. Does not look like anything special. He doesn't look as special at all. Michael Hunter could have beat Philip Hrgovic and been mandatory for one of them belts right now.
Yes.
You understand? Hrgovic is not no special fighter. So since that time, he got beaten up by Jerry Forrest. He fought that guy in some WBA fight, Mike Wilson, I think his name is. And then nothing. Right?
Nada.
And that's his fault. No, so maybe could have Hunter versus Parker next year, if anything, because they don't really have no heavyweights for him to fight. I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, heavyweights is not something you just have. Heavyweights ain't shots to play.
For real.
So I don't know what he's gonna do.
For real, it was dumb. Looking back, that decision for him to duck Hrgovic, that was crazy. That was crazy. It was crazy then. It's even crazier now when you see how Hrgovic looked against Zhilei Zhang. It's like, it's just crazy, yo. It's just crazy, yo. Yeah, so Hunter's put himself in a bad situation. I mean, if you're fighting a heavyweight, you might as well. There was no. He would have been better off just fighting Hergovic. Fighting Jerry Farris did him no favors whatsoever. His stock went down. So that's an own goal. Shot his own self in his own foot. So yeah, that's Hunter. You know, you got to have to navigate, man. You navigated yourself into a position where you could have been fighting for a title right now. You're 34. It's not like you're a spring chicken again. Not everybody ages like Joyce. So, you know, you made a bit of a rod. He made a bit of a rod for his own back there. So where does he go next? Where does he go from here? I don't know. He's in the who needs him club, because Hunter on a good night. He's still a threat in the heavyweight division. On a good night, he's still a threat. So Hunter might be in the who needs him club if he turns up. So where does he go from here? He says he wants Dubois, but what does he do for Dubois? What does he do for Dubois? Dubois might say who needs him. So it's going to be interesting. I'd watch that fight. I'd watch him against Dubois, but Dubois is going to be saying, "Oh, who needs him? I want people higher than me. I want a title shot. I want a title shot. I don't need Dubois. I don't need Hunter, the bounty killer. Who needs him?"
Right. But then it's just you know, a tale, and just how a man could be so delusional. Just so man.
Yeah.
You know, such a strange man. But hey, man.
Yes.
That's up to him. That's his fault. He gotta deal with that.
For real. And the long COVID thing is a real thing. There's a guy I know from the gym, from my previous gym, and every time I went there, he was there. Then he said he got COVID, and then now see him. He says he got long COVID, and he was a man who was always on it. And now he says he just don't feel like it. So to me, that tells me this long COVID thing is a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah, man. What's going on here? It looks like the COVID thing's making a comeback. Masks back on, I guess. Mask back on, mask off. Dang. Who's this? It's none other than the Fight Doctor. OMG. The Fight Doctor. Let me just drop a link for him. There you go. What's up? Joe Joyce versus Martin Bacoli. Would be a good boxing match. Joyce v. Bacoli. I don't think Joyce wants to go to Bacoli. Joyce wants somebody ahead of him. The Fight Doctor. Germany have introduced new COVID measures for the winter. Oh, dang. Okay. And what's this here? Fight Doctor has come up with the next topic. I hear that Joshua has decided to duck Fury, and Eddie Hearn is lining up the next tomato can for AJ to knock over. OMG. Well, I tell you what, he ain't going to be fighting no, what do you call him? He ain't going to be fighting no Manuel Cha. That's for sure. He ain't going to be fighting no Manuel Cha. And look who we have here. Introduce yourself, my friend. Oh, struggling. Fight Doctor struggling with his mic. When it's off, he thinks it's on. When it's on, he thinks it's off. Well, this isn't like the other system, so it's the reverse. So when you're on, you're probably off, and when you're off, you're probably on. So I'll come back to you when you get your mic situated. And your mic situated right. Okay. Okay, who else? We got a Dari Pennant up in the building. Also, Philip Carl Roberts, the Count L. Audio issues have been resolved. Okay. Where's my what did I'll bring you in a second, Fire Doctor, but first, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What is this? What is this here? Let me stop that. Damn, that's me. Let me bring this in. Where are we? Oh, there it is. Where is it? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. That's what we should be seeing. Let me move this window over. And let's go to
Eddie. I'm going to put this to bed finally with the Eddie and the AJ situation and my son.
Can you hear that okay, Kong?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, cool. Let's continue.
You know, yes, Eddie, you've stopped the biggest fight in British history happening through no fault of our own. You know, you was offered everything 60-40. You know, and like I say, some people just think they're cleverer than what they really are, you know. I'm not trying to be a clever man in any way, shape or form, because I know I'm not that clever, no education, but it's not me what's put the block on what the fans wanted. The biggest fight Britain have seen between Anthony Joshua and my son. We're not to blame, Eddie. You did all of this on your own doing, mate. But listen, what can you say? We won't mention it no more. This is it, the final video about the Ains and the Joshuas. We'll not be concerned ourselves with this anymore because it's out the window now. It's a fight that never happened. Yep, and who prevented it? Eddie Ain. Enough said, eh? Peace out.
Oh my gosh, Comedy Central. Talk nonsense about 60-40. Well, I seem to recall when Tyson Fury had just come out of exile. When Tyson Fury came out of self-imposed exile, he requested 50-50 with Joshua. 50-50. They came up with a 60-40 split. Eddie Hearn said, okay, well, reverse that in the rematch, 60-40 in our favor. I said no. Okay. So then it turns out that there's some networking issues. It's not straightforward. You gotta sit down, and all the time Tyson Fury is talking about tick-tock. And I made a post on, what was it, Twitter? I made a Twitter post. Whenever Tyson Fury says tick-tock, it means you don't want it. Means you don't want it. Tick-tock, 60-40. They didn't want it. They knew they wanted, and now it transpires. That offers have been sent to Derek Chisora, to at least two other fighters, Derek Chisora, and we believe Manuel Shah. So that's the real caliber. That's the real caliber of fighter that Tyson Fury wants this time around. What's your feeling on that, Iron Kong?
Well, I mean, the last time I was on with you, with John and them, I said, if I was Anthony Joshua, when Tyson Fury came out the first time and said something about the fight's off, if I'm Joshua, I would have told Eddie Hearn, cut all communications with this guy. He's going to waste our time. Cut off, move on. We've seen how much same stuff with Tyson Fury, same exact stuff. Offered 60-40 when he came off his ped ban. Turned it down. Nah. I want 50-50 or no fight. Went to America, fought Deontay Wilder for much less than that. Right? After the Deontay Wilder fight, Wilder was offered undisputed, said nah. Fury was offered the fight, nah. Come back again earlier, was it this year or last year? When undisputed was possible? Yeah, I just spoke to Saudi, blah, blah, Saudi prince and blah, blah, blah. One night, and by the next morning, yeah, I'm fighting Wilder. How much times we gonna see this same exact play? Same exact play from Tyson Fury. How much times? Every time it comes to Anthony Joshua, he acts like he wants to fight and then finds a reason not to fight. Remember, before he even came out and said the fight is off this time, his brother Shane Fury was on video saying, no, I heard Tyson's fighting Manuel Cha. This is before he even off. And people were like, what y'all approach for this fight? Why are you saying Manuel Cha? This was before he said the fight's off. In the first week, when they sent the offer, Shane Fury is on video saying, no, Tyson's fighting Manuel Cha. What? And then after, the fight's off. You need to sign right now. That's what I said. If I'm Anthony Joshua, I tell Eddie Hearn, cut all communication. It's going to be a waste of time. We've seen before. Said I'll probably end up fighting Usyk because Tyson Fury is not a serious person. He said he knows the man. He knows him. And let me be clear. Tyson Fury couldn't talk to Miso about fights off and all this BS. Who you trying to, son? Nah, bro. Go fight your Manuel Cha. We still don't know what them Dillian White pay-per-views do. Go ahead, fight with your Manuel Cha, whatever he name, or whoever you get to fight. Go ahead, fight them. No problem.
Yeah. Mahmoud.
Whatever. Go fight them. I mean, everybody knew what was going to come. Also, these Fury acolytes, everybody said this is a waste of time. Fury will find a way out. Like what I just described before, all of this is facts. All of it is in text, because Tyson Fury loves social media. Loves
it.
He talks so much that all the evidence is there against him. All. So it's not for me to say. It's just a pattern of behavioral things that we know about Tyson Fury. We knew what was coming. That's all.
We knew it was coming. And something else that we knew was coming. Please, guest contestant number 2, please introduce yourself.
Fight Doctors in the house on Rick James status as always. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you, Fight Doctor.
Shout out to the Iron Kong.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, Mr. Dawkins.
Absolutely, 100%. We're in the building. I don't like to. I think I only did one live show last week. Don't like to leave the people waiting, but the Rafi's still at college. The Rafi gone back to college.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Well, it's not going to last long because it's conflicting with work too much. It's supposed to be a part-time thing. But then it's more hours than I was told at the induction. So it's too much of a conflict. It's too. I wish I could just take a year out and just dedicate myself to this thing. But it's in the rat race, man. We're in the rat race, and I don't.
Well, so your patience and consistency, right? You just have to keep picking at it until the mountain is turned into a molehill.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another way. But in the meantime, Rafi's still there, still sticking in there. And still at college for another few weeks. If I can acquire certain software skills, certain skills that I want to acquire, and it's the best place to acquire it is in the classroom. it's in a classroom, and if I can just, I mean, they gave me some papers, and they gave me an end date on these papers. They said, right, by this date, you must have finalized, and everything must be finalized. But you know what the Rafi did? The Rafi took that piece of paper and he extended the date. Hey, sometimes, what software do you need? I don't need no software. I'm talking about using the software. I'm talking about using music software. Rafi writes songs, Rafi plays instruments, but Rafi can't produce. So this course is basically for producers. And you know, everything's electronic these days, so it's for producers. Now, you can probably sit down and get some online courses, but I mean, I would rather be in situ in the classroom and have a professor. I'd rather learn from a professor. You know what I'm saying? Worst comes to worst, because you know, time is going to be limited on this thing. Rafi's flying on false papers. He ain't got no badge, so when he walks past security, he's just showing this recycled piece of paper with the date adjusted. Rafi going to keep adjusting the date 2 weeks out, 2 week increments until push comes to shove, and he can't do it no more. But hopefully by that date, you know, I will have acquired the skills. And also it's a question of networking. I will have acquired the skills. And I've already done a bit of networking. So I know a guy on the course who knows a guy who runs a studio who I could pay a small sum to.
So we're talking about computer networking.
No, networking with the people, people networking. So I've networked with one guy who knows, has got a friend of his who runs a studio, and he's telling me that guy, for a small fee, that guy could, it could teach me some stuff with software, with the relevant software. So yeah, so all's not lost if I don't manage to do the full course, and the chance of me doing the full course are minimal. You know, it's a question of a few weeks, me trying to eke out a few weeks, a couple of months. If I can get a couple of months on the course, then hi. You know what I'm saying? Then hi. That would be a good thing. Network with the people, link up with that studio guy, and, pay him some money. I acquired a skill on certain softwares, and that's good. But I digress. I digress. Let's get back on track and talk about this. So Tyson Fury looks like gonna be, what was that button there? Tyson Fury gonna be fighting a low-level opponent. The fight doctor, low-level opponent, Tyson Fury.
So, well, from what I hear, so yeah, I would agree. Manuel Char is a low-level opponent, but I'm also hearing that since Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury can't connect, that Eddie Hearn has gone grocery shopping and is picking out the next tomato can for Mr. Joshua to knock over. And I hear the tomato can in question is Chris Arreola. Your thoughts?
Who's going to fight Chris Arreola?
So Eddie Hearn is lining up. This is the rumor that I hear. Eddie Hearn is lining up Chris Arreola for Anthony Joshua.
No, he's just one name. Chris Arreola is just one name. Wallin is on that list. And Arreola might be on that list, but Arreola's not first on the list. He's not first on the list. Somebody like a Wallin would be higher, be a higher priority.
I can promise you, Otto Wallin is not going to be Anthony Joshua's next opponent. I guarantee it.
Oh, you guarantee it?
I guarantee it, and here's the reason why. Otto Wallin is a southpaw.
Yeah.
that's the reason why he's disqualified from being Anthony Joshua's next opponent. I promise, I guarantee,
Charles
it's
Martin was
ironclad.
Charles Martin was a southpaw.
Yeah, well, so Charles Martin was also a tomato can. And that's the reason why he got the Joshua fight. Otto Wallin, on the other hand, is not a tomato can.
Charles Martin is a tomato can.
Charles Martin is a tomato can.
Didn't Charles Martin
pasta and pizza sauce?
Didn't Charles Martin drop your boy Luis Ortiz a couple times? Okay,
so how does that preclude Charles Martin from being a tomato can?
No, I'm just asking you. Did I know you're right, Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin. Charles Martin dropped him a couple of times. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so now let's put it in its proper context, right?
Okay.
Let's tell the whole of the story. Let's tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Shoot, fire away.
Yeah. Charles Martin knocked an old man down and then got knocked out by the same old man. Yes? Yeah. He dropped Ortiz a couple times, am I right? He knocked down an old man whose legs are gone. Yeah.
But you're a fan of Ortiz, am I right?
I'm a fan of the sport of boxing.
But you're a fan of Ortiz. You like his Cuban style.
I do. Like his Cuban style. I'm a fan of the Cuban style. Yes, I am.
Yeah, and so Charles Martin gave the Cuban, a good work.
So Charles Martin knocked an old man down a couple of times, and somehow this is supposed to mean that, I guess, in the mind of the collective memory of the Anthony Joshua cheerleading contingent, all of a sudden Charles Martin deserves to be on the top 10 list of the greatest heavyweights ever. Is that where this argument is going? Where do we rate Charles Martin in the pantheon of heavyweights? Where do we put him?
I was just reading a couple. Okay, I'm going to get back to you in a second. I just want to answer a couple of questions. Okay. Yes, Rafi, what's going on with you and the little thing in the gym? Well, listen, I've been really busy, so my times in the gym have changed, and I ain't really seen her. I ain't really seen her. Have you seen her? I ain't really seen her, but she's still there, Rafi and her gonna reunite. Rafi and her are gonna reunite. Don't worry about that. I'll keep you posted. Sounds like a plan. But I prefer live performance. I don't dabble with CPU. Well, I need to record my stuff. I'm a songwriter. I need to record my stuff. Get it out there. Get it to Rihanna. She needs to make. If she covers my song, then she could be responsible for Rafi's first million. You know what I'm saying? I need to get my product out there to the people. So I can get my first million. It's about time. Rafi's been waiting patiently. So I got to get on it. Is there a bet coming about Joshua's next opponent? Well. Yes.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that it's not going to be Otto Wallin.
Well, I mean, I'm confident that Otto Wallin is a very likely candidate. I'd say Otto Wallin is more likely than Areola. I'd say Wallin more likely than Areola. He's been training for a southpaw, so it makes more sense for him to try a southpaw than anybody else. To my reckoning. I don't think he's got that fear of southpaws that you seem to think, because he got beat by the Ring Magazine #1 guy. I don't think that denotes a fear of other southpaws. What was the question you asked me though?
So the question is, how do we rank Charles Martin among heavyweights in the pantheon of heavyweights? In the storied history of heavyweights, where do we place Charles Martin in a historical context? Where do we rank him?
I place him above. Hold on a second. That's a good question. Let me get to BoxRec. Hold Hold on. Oh, damn! I was where I wanted to be anyway. Where do I place?
And
Okay.
I tell you what.
Okay, hold on. I place him probably above Dominic Breezel. I place him above Robert Hellenius. I don't know if you see a trend here. I place him.
Wait, has Robert Hellenius ever held a belt?
No, I don't think so. I place him above Bermain Stavern, second time. I
really?
place him.
Let's talk about that because.
Hold on. You asked me a question, please. Kindly allow me to finish. I place him above Gerald Washington. Do you see a trend here? I place him above Arthur Spilker. I place him above Juan Duapas. So in other words, I place him above 90% of Deontay Wilder's opponents.
You do realize, of course, that Stavern has a better resume than your hero.
I said the second time.
Okay, doesn't matter. Stavern has a better resume than the tomato can that Joshua knocked over.
Well, that's okay, but I mean, ultimately, you asked me a question, and my answer is to you is that no. Listen to the answer. I place him above 90% of Deontay Wilder's opponents.
Well, you do realize, of course, that 90% of Deontay Wilder's opponents were themselves tomato cans. So essentially, what you're saying, okay, is that he blends in. Okay, he blends in nicely with the pasta and pizza sauce. That's essentially what you're saying, right?
Well, I'm saying that he's at the higher end. He's the higher end for Deontay Wilder. He would be a high end opponent. That's what I'm saying. He'd be a high end opponent for Deontay Wilder.
So top shelf tomato can is what you're saying, right?
Top shelf for Deontay Wilder.
Top shelf tomato can.
Top shelf for Deontay Wilder, but this Anthony Joshua dispatched him with ease. So there you go.
I'll tell you what. Let's make a gentleman's wager.
That's right. No hunt, no rush, no deadline. Ton hunting season, 100%. Well, Rafi, you must understand. Rafi is what do you call him? What do you call them hunters who run down their prey? I can't remember the term, but it ain't no quick thing. It's an endurance thing. Yes. Okay. You were saying, fight doctor, you were saying.
I propose a gentleman's wager.
Okay. Let's have a listen.
I will send you $10 UK money, British money.
Yeah.
10 pounds. I'm sorry, 10 pounds. I'll send you 10 pounds if Otto Wallin is announced as Anthony Joshua's next opponent.
I like that.
If, however, if Chris Arreola is announced as the next in a long line of Anthony Joshua tomato cans to be knocked over, you send me $10 or 10 pounds.
Well, fair enough.
Do we have an agreement, sir?
We have an agreement.
Do we have an accord?
We have an agreement. We have an accord. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
We have witnesses.
And I'll go with that. Okay. So what's okay? So Conor Benn versus let's get you. Excuse me. I feel very gassy today. Excuse me. I had a half a chicken and it was so well seasoned. You know, I didn't have nothing else with it. You know, some people have chicken and then a bit of this and this bit. I just had the half chicken. Oh yeah, sorry. And some spinach and a little bit of cheese sprinkled on top. You know what I'm saying? But let's go for it. When is that Deontay Wilder fight? When is that fight? Is it this weekend?
So it's next weekend.
It's next weekend.
15th.
18th, 13th. Okay. Well, this weekend though, we got Conor Benn versus what's his name? Connor Ben versus
Chris Eubank.
Chris
Eubank
Eubank.
Jr.
Eubank Jr. And we spoke about it quite a lot. But as a matter of fact, let me just kill this poll here. Let me end this poll. It's been 43 minutes. Damn, that's a long poll. Let me end that there. And who wins? Let me copy and paste that over there so we can put it up on the thing. Where's that? Who wins? Crawford. Oh, there it is. Who wins? Crawford, 85%. 85% of respondents think Crawford wins, and 14%. What is that? How is that possible? How is that possible? Two places at one time? There's a double post. Okay. And I don't know how that works. Okay, who wins? 85% of respondents said Crawford, and 14% of respondents said Spence. I just don't understand. That's in two places at the same time, but I understand now. Different system works in a different way. So it just comes up, boom. In this system, it doesn't come up in the other system. So I don't need to copy and paste within this system. How is Eubank Jr. versus Ben on PPV? Well, hey, it's business, isn't it? It's business. I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. The zone was not supposed to be a PPV platform, but now it's PPV. And it got to be PPV to make the money, to get these guys paid the way they want to get paid. It's got to be PPV. Am I happy? No, I'm not happy. I don't like it. I don't think what's his name, Parker versus Joyce should have been PPV either. But it seems like the British market is moving closer to the American market. At least we ain't getting it up the rooter-tooter. We ain't getting it up the rooter-tooter like the Americans are getting it. But it's, it's getting uncomfortable. But Iron Kong, who you got, how, and why?
I'll pick Eubank Jr. I don't understand this fight at all.
No.
I don't think it'll be a good fight, really. I really don't. Early on, it'll be a good fight, but eventually Eubank will probably start doing his nonsense Roy Jones impression and keep away from Conor Ben with his length and all that. I don't understand the fight. I mean, you're trying to get traffic off of the parents' names or whatever. So you're trying to get the parents to sell the fight. But I don't understand the fight. I got Eubank Jr. all day. I just don't see Conor Ben is an aggressive kid who I think should be fighting for British and European titles, moving his way up into welterweight contention. Eubank Jr. has had one of the worst careers you could think of. I mean, naturally talented guy, powerful fellow, athletic fellow, but Eubank Jr. doesn't seem to have any real career path. Him could have fought for multiple, didn't fight for none, and here we are. I guess it's just a money fight or whatever, but I don't understand the fight. It's just not for me. But I'll watch, but it's not for me.
I hear that, and shout out to the TKO 22. The little making the chat colorful, a donation to make the chat colorful. That's all we ask for. Just make the chat colorful, people. Just different colors. Put some sparkle in the chat. So much appreciation goes out to the TKO for making the chat, putting a little bit of color in the chat. Every little counts. Little thing for the RDCR Combat Radio Nation. Jeeves got a busy weekend. Has he got a busy weekend? What's going on the weekend other than the Conor Ben versus, what's this here? Conor Ben versus Eubank Jr. I don't know. I haven't really had a tough look, but the fight doctor, talk to me.
Yeah, I can't tell you who wins this fight, but I can tell you who will lose.
Okay.
The loser will be whoever ponies up the money to watch this sham of a pay-per-view.
Mm.
It's a sham. It's criminal. It's two never were's.
Mm.
You can't even call them has-beens. They were never were's. Why listen? This is. If these guys were not named Ben and Eubank, nobody would care.
That's true.
Okay, a middleweight who's never accomplished anything fighting a welterweight who's never accomplished anything on pay-per-view is a joke. And honestly, I'm not prepared to make a prediction on this fight because I honestly don't care.
Well, who do you think's gonna win though? You must have
whoever's counting the receipts at the end of the day.
whoever's counting the receipts at the end of the day.
Because they would have robbed whomever ponied up the money. Yeah, I don't know. You would have to go. The fight is at 157 pounds.
Something like 157. Yeah.
Right. So you have to favor Eubank only because Ben is coming up from welterweight.
Two weight divisions.
He's coming all the way up from. And look, Eubank used to fight at 168. He's really a 68 pounder. Okay, so in reality, this is a 68 pounder versus a welterweight.
Versus a middleweight.
So this fight is a joke. So you have to favor Eubank. Fair would have been you meet at light middle, right in the middle, right in between welter and middleweight. That would have been fair. But this fight, you're asking a welterweight to come all the way up to middleweight. 157 pounds is middleweight. Okay.
Yeah.
You're only asking Eubank to come down 3 pounds, and I get it. Every pound in boxing matters.
Yeah.
But if you are Chris Eubank, why can't you find a worthy opponent at middleweight? Charlo or Munguia.
Fight doctor. That's the whole thing about Chris Eubank, right? So he went to PBC to. That didn't happen. He came back over to England. I think he could have fought Andrade. That didn't happen. And they were calling out Kell Brook to fight. So it's like they've have this obsession with fighting welterweights for a while.
Yeah. So, look, I get it, right? Boxing is a sport where, all it takes is one punch. And not only could it end your career, it end your life. So it's called prize fighting for a reason. And I'm all for professional prize fighters to get as much money as they can in the short amount of time that they can actually apply their trade. I get it. But in the same token, if you're going to do that and do it in a manner which is ridiculous, then be prepared to get called out. Now, I'm not going to knock the next man's hustle, right? Which is what this is. This is hustling the public, the boxing public. Okay, real talk. That's what this is.
Yo, is this a bigger hustle? What's the bigger hustle? This Conor Benn versus Eubank Jr. on pay-per-view for 20 pounds over here in the UK. 20 pounds if you're a DAZN subscriber. 30 pounds if you are not. What's the bigger hustle? That or Deontay Wilder charging you guys $80 to fight his sparring partner in a couple of weeks' time? What's the bigger hustle?
Honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. I think the bigger hustle is the Wilder fight. Okay, because you got a guy who hasn't won a fight since when?
3 years, by in October.
Right. The guy hasn't won a fight since 2020. This is almost 2023 against a guy who
2019. He hasn't won a fight since 2019.
The guy who hasn't won a fight since October of 2019.
Yeah.
Versus a guy who what has Laney has done in his career?
He's won a couple of fights against Kawanaki.
Beat up Kawanaki twice.
2 times.
Right.
2 times and got starched by Washington.
Right. So another guy
got
who,
started by Wilder.
yeah, so a guy who's done nothing in his career noteworthy. Certainly nothing that would that
How the
would
hell is
warrant-
that pay-per-view? That is
Right,
even
that's
more
the question.
outrageous than this
So-
pay-per-view. That's absurd, and this is absurd. Don't get me wrong. This is absurd too. But that's absurd. That's even more absurd. How
would agree
can
with
the
you.
American public tolerate that crap?
You know, the thing is though, I don't mind the Wilder versus Hellenius fight as a free fight on Fox.
Free fight.
I don't mind as a free fight on Fox. I think coming back as Yasser from 2019, coming back, he has some stuff to work out with his coach.
Yeah.
This should have been the fight he fought in between taking step aside while Joshua and Fury fight for undisputed. So he can, with Malik Scott, in the fight he should have taken. Then to work on a couple of things while waiting for the winner. You know what's interesting though? A lot of people dumped on Robert Hellenius. It just showed the hypocrisy in some YouTube channels. Wilder is fighting Robert Hellenius. This is a good fight. Hellenius is tough. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 all this. Dillian White beat Robert Hellenius. He was a Eurobomb.
That's
right? It's just showing you how hypocritical it is, but I don't mind the fight as a free Fox fight. That's just me. As a free fight, I don't mind this fight. It's all right. It's fine.
Are you going to be able to?
I agree.
Are you going to be able to get the fight, Con?
No. Is it going to be on Fox or Showtime?
That's a good question. I don't know if
because Fox doesn't seem to be.
I think we can look at ESPN's website. Will tell us who's broadcasting this fight. Give me a second, gentlemen. I'll tell you who's broadcasting.
Yeah. But
down. Yeah. Carry on. Yeah.
As a free fight, I don't mind the Wilder versus Hellenius fight. Wilder hasn't won since 2019, and it's an okay fight for him to get it back. Hellenius has some ability, but charging people was $5 to watch this fight. Really, let's not go overboard here. This could have been a nice Sunday night, deep, solid undercard fight with Wilder and
Fox
pay-per-view.
Fox pay. So this could have been a nice Sunday night fight, doctor. Sunday night main event with a nice solid undercard with a couple of young people on the undercard. This would have been fine for me. But to charge people for this fight, nah, bro. I'm sorry, no.
No. So you say if it's on Fox, you won't be able to see it?
If it's on Fox, I'll be able to see it.
Oh.
I don't pay for Showtime, so I don't have Showtime.
Right.
And I can no longer purchase Fox pay-per-views on my current cable provider.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be 4 a.m. What's the date? It's gonna be October the 15th. 4 a.m. Sunday, 4 a.m. So hold on.
Who is the broadcaster in England?
Broadcast.
So I think this would be. Wouldn't it be Sky Sports?
Oh no. Where is it?
Isn't Sky in partnership with ESPN?
Some kind of partnership, but not all the time. Not all the time. Who is it? Fox PP. He's just saying Fox. So I don't even know if we're gonna even damn well see it, because if it was Sky, it would say Sky.
Maybe they Fight Network or Fight TV.
But they have the UK time for the fight in the promo here. So I guess we have to assume that it will be broadcast in the UK.
But there's no broadcaster. There's no stated broadcaster.
Maybe they haven't found one yet.
Maybe they haven't found one yet. And maybe they're not going to find one. This is fascinating. Hold on a second. Let me do a little bit more digging. Let me ask specifically.
I guess somebody has to pay for it, pick it up.
Yeah. They want somebody to pay for it, but nobody may pay for it. Who will broadcast Wilder versus Hellenius? Did somebody spell Hellenius for me? Oh, I got it. Hellenius, it came up in the UK. in the UK. Talk Sports, Deontay Wilder versus. Okay, let's get the intel. Deontay Wilder versus Robert Lanius, date, UK start time, undercard. Okay. Deontay Wilder is ready to return. Yeah, fine. Looks to continue. Fine. Wilder date, Saturday the 15th. New York, Barclays ring walk time yet to be announced. Come on.
Isn't this pay-per-view something like about $75-$80?
Yep.
Yeah.
US?
In the US, yep. Wilder versus Lanius TV channel and live stream. There has yet. Hold on. Hold on. Let me stop sharing that and let me start sharing this. Just so you can see for yourselves. OMG, this is a story in and of itself. I hope that's big enough for y'all to see for yourself. I'm gonna blow it up. This is a headline in and of itself. Wilder versus Lanius TV channel and live stream. There has yet to be a broadcaster announced for the UK coverage. How you like that? How you like that?
I mean, who's gonna pick this fight at 4:00 in the morning in the UK? What are we talking about? What are we doing? I mean, it's not. I mean, what are we talking about?
OMG. There has yet to be a broadcaster announced for UK coverage. They ain't even going to be showing the damn fight. They ain't even going to be showing the damn fight. That's an indication of the level of interest in this fight over here in the UK. Nobody's picking it up as of yet. And nobody ain't getting up out of the bed at 4 a.m. in the morning. That's Sunday morning. 4 a.m. Sunday morning. Nah. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's picking it up. OMG. So that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Let me come out to that. Let me drop that out. That's crazy. That shows you. I mean, the Conor Benn thing. It's outrageous. I'm thinking about. I'm not very happy with the zone. I barely use it as it is because each fight, the last few weeks, they've been pay-per-views, and I ain't been paying pay-per-views. I don't know if I can get around it. I don't know if I can send Jeeves up on the roof. I don't know. What was the last pay-per-view? I can't remember. I mean, can I send Jeeves up on the roof for this one? Or am I going to have to pay through the nose for this one? It's a tricky one. I don't want to pay £20 for this, but it's going to be a very popular fight in the UK. Sentimentality. The Rafi was around to watch their father's fight. I did watch their father's fights. This one, bit of a liberty for it to be a pay-per-view. I didn't pay for their dads. I didn't pay when I was watching their dads fight on terrestrial TV. But they're telling me I'm gonna have to pay for this one. We're gonna have to do what we have to do. We're gonna have to do what we have to do. Junior and Conor both trading on the family name. On ultimately, this is a meaningless fight other than a cash-in. Yeah, it's a cash-in. Who knows? It may turn out to be a decent scrap, but I'm not paying for it. I guess the Rafi might have to pay for it. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how that work out. But you know what? Rafi got college in the morning. Rafi's a college boy at the moment. It's crazy. Part-time college, part-time work, juggling everything. It's crazy, yo. But I must say, I'm actually having fun with it. I'm going to pay my money for this one. I'm going to pay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Aaron Daly is all in. But gentlemen, I got an early morning. How long we've been going? 125. That's plenty of time. Plenty of time. The Fight Doctor, please. Your final words. The Fight Doctor, please. Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, listen. Pay-per-view used to be reserved for only the top quality and top names in the sport. I mean, I remember when, when you bought a pay-per-view, not only were you guaranteed a quality main event, but you also got a bomb undercard.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Now we get pay-per-views where not only is the undercard, crap.
Yeah.
But so is the main event. Right? I mean, look, say what you will about Ben and Eubank, but at least they have name recognition, which is essentially what the selling point of this fight is.
Yes.
But Wilder Hellenius?
That's a joke.
Really?
It's a joke.
It is a joke. I struggled to reason how and why this fight was deemed pay-per-view worthy. I mean, what was the thought process? How did you? Well, listen.
It's ridiculous.
So
it's ridiculous.
Larry Merchant used to call boxing the theater of the unexpected, and certainly boxing lives up to that moniker, even till this day.
This day.
Ridiculous. And I hope that at some point the boxing public wakes up and refuses to pay for what is obviously BS. Total and complete, unadulterated BS. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't buy crap. As long as we buy this crap, they will continue to serve it to us gladly with a smile on their face. As long as we are willing to pay for it.
This is going to be some crazy low PB pay-per-view numbers over there in the States. That's my prediction. It could be a record low. It could be a record low. I'm predicting this might be the record for the lowest PPV in the history of American broadcast.
Well, let's hope so, because it needs to stop. Seriously. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And that was the Fight Doctor. Fight Doctor, much appreciation for your participation. And shout out to the Fight Doctor. And then there were two. The Iron Kong, your final words, please.
Nothing to say. October 1st was the anniversary of the what year was it? 1878 uprising in St. Croix, Danish West Indies, led by 3 or 4 women, powerful women.
Wow.
Queen Mary and 3 more whose name escapes me at this time.
Wow.
The uprising was about the fact that they were frustrated that they were making no money after emancipation in 1849 in the Danish West Indies. And because of that, because the people were making no money, were being treated poorly, just like slaves, basically,
wow.
They were also prevented from having movement around the Caribbean as free people because the plantation owners wanted to have them captive on the island to work for them for no money.
Wow.
They pretty much burnt down almost half the island. That's why it's popularly called the Fireborn Uprising in St. Croix, 1878. Today, you can see a large statue of Queen Mary in Denmark, which is odd because I would think it would be in St. Croix, but it's there.
Wow.
And they ended up burning down a large part of the island, business places, plantations, all of that. Many people got shot and killed, and that's just what happened. So shout outs to them queens, a little history for the people, a little food for the people. I agree with Fight Doctor. The Wilder fight's not a pay-per-view fight. Something got to give on that.
Got to give.
I got Eubank winning the Ben fight. That's also a strange fight for me. I don't respect that at all.
Strange.
Yeah, Rocky, we say.
Hey, that was the fight. That was the Iron Kong, our man in the Caribbean, and much appreciation to him and giving us a little bit of history. And that's awesome. That's awesome and much appreciated. A little bit of knowledge, a little bit of food for thought for the people. Them. That's great stuff. Okay. And what we got here? Who wins? Eubank Jr., 71%. Ben, 28%. Yeah, I agree. Eubank Jr. It's too much for Ben just now. But yeah, Ben was the one who called it on. Ben was the one who called it on. I understand and I appreciate his enthusiasm. I appreciate his ambition. I'm not saying Ben can't win, but it's a little bit too light in the ass. Eubank Senior, Eubank Junior. Yeah, Eubank Junior is the senior of them in age and in weight. And in experience. So the writing's on the wall. BBC need to try and find a broadcaster, UK broadcaster. It says more money. It'll be marginally more money, but nobody ain't going to pay him. Nobody's going to be paying the BBC. BBC, the top rank are on Sky. Top rank are on Sky. I think somebody pointed that out already. Sky have a deal with Top Rank, yeah. Might be a conflict of interest, maybe so. So who could PBC go with? PBC don't really seem that deep when it comes to. They don't seem to be that far-sighted. They don't seem to be that far-sighted. Top Rank went with Sky. Who did PBC go with? Have they got anyone they've partnered up with in the UK? Do they have European partners? Do they have partners? Yeah, do they have European partners? I don't think so. Do they have partners do they have African partners? You know, don't seem that they're that far-sighted. Maybe because all of their shizzle is on PPV and the 90% of their money comes from the PPV in America, in the Americas. Maybe they just said, forget it. We don't need the other 10%. That would be too much hassle. Maybe they're that short-sighted, myopic. Maybe that's how it is. Oh, yeah. PBC with ITV very briefly. It was only a couple of years back, too. Wasn't that long ago. You're right. It lasted a couple of fights. Didn't last long at all. Maybe they're going to make it free. Did he say free? To be fair, the PBC made one event available to the UK. I'm assuming it was free. Which event was that? Not of mine. Okay. We've done it. Real nice show. Thanks to the Iron Kong. The Fight Doctor for jumping on live with us. Thanks to the TKO 22 for dropping a little bit of Monet in the kitty. So, the kitty jar didn't stay empty. Put a little bit of color in the chat. Thanks to everybody who took time out of your day to come in and spend some time with the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio with the original wrap-up show. Don't settle for no counterfeit. Don't sell for no counterfeits. For people who don't sell for counterfeits, that should be the slogan. For people who prefer, who like the original. Okay, thank you, folks. And Rafi got to get some beauty sleep for the day ahead. Okay, so Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it's the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to check out the videos. It's the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. It's the original wrap-up show. And we're out. Blessed.